Hey y'all, it's Kim again. So this is part two. I had to break this up because it's so much information. So anyway, of course, Pete Hegseth is gonna be, well, hopefully he's gonna be the Secretary of Defense in Trump's second cabinet. He's 44, Fox News contributor, 7 kids, been to a couple of different universities. Married a couple 3 times maybe. Anyway, whatever. That's neither here nor there because I'm just like, oh, I don't know about all this stuff. Um, my question is, why did it take as long as it did for this stuff to come out about these allegations? And of course, this is just a short little video of them announcing Pete Hegseth as Defense Secretary. We'll just replay it just in case somebody comes in.
Trump just announcing that our own Pete Hegseth will be his Secretary of Defense. Pete, of course, has been a host here at Fox for a number of years. He's an Army veteran where he served in Afghanistan, in Iraq. Trump saying, quote, Pete has spent his entire life as a warrior for the troops and for the country. He's tough, smart, and a true believer in America first. With Pete at the helm, America's enemies are on notice. Our military will be great again, and America will never back down. Wow, that is pretty cool. Gosh, we're gonna miss him at Fox, but that's a gain for the country.
So anyway, obviously decorated veteran, blah blah blah. Bronze stars. I think I saw a few different medals or something. I mean, I don't know about all this stuff. I just had recently seen him on the Sean Ryan show, and then recently I watched Megyn Kelly, and she did a deep dive into this whole allegations. Anyway, he's got Bronze Star Medal, Army Commendation Medal. I don't know what this is. Oh, the Commendation Medal is mid-level United States military decoration presented to sustain acts of heroism or meritorious service. Okay. And then combat infantryman badge. Anyway, so like I said, I saw him on Sean Ryan. I've seen him on Fox. On Sean Ryan, he had a little controversial clip. I think even The View jumped on that one. Where he's talking about he didn't think that women needed to be in combat. But I can see his point because you're putting him into a situation where there's men away from home for months and months and months at a time. And then if there's only one or two females, what do you think might happen? I'm not saying that all men are pigs, but you never know being put in that situation. But whatever. I get his point. Anyway, let's get back into this report. It's like 22 pages. Currently, I would be on page 4 of 15 of this actual follow-up. I think this is the final report. This was November 18, 2024, but the original I think was on 10. Hold on, I have to go back up. Sorry. I don't mean to flash it so fast, but on this particular one, okay, so October 18th of 2017 is when this originally was done. So then we got 1, 2, and 3. We've already gone through all this. Let's see. Okay, so let's jump back into this one. So this is page 4 of this particular report. And then it says Monday, Jane Doe had sex with blank. The sexual encounter with blank, and I'm sure her husband, triggered her memory of the incident with Hegseth. Jane Doe stated she used a condom when she had sex with blank because, from what Megyn Kelly was saying, that she had a little infection going on down there in the southern region. Well, when you step out on your husband, I don't know, whatever. I don't know. Whatever. It says approximately 4 days later on Thursday night. So this would have happened over the weekend. The sexual assault. We're going to put that in air quotes because that's what it's being reported as. It says approximately 4 days later, on Thursday night, Jane Doe went to the hospital because she believed she was sexually assaulted by Hegseth. During the last few days before going to the hospital, Jane Doe stated she showered daily. Jane Doe stated she had a vaginal discharge and was diagnosed with bacterial vaginosis. Based on my training, I know that BV can be caused by having multiple sex partners or having a new sex partner. There are other factors that cause BV, but are not limited to sexually transmitted diseases and douching. Okay, Jane Doe states she does not douche. Ugh. Okay, and actually, you're not supposed to because it's whatever. But anyway, there's other ways of cleaning the nether regions. We'll just say that. I've always been told you soap and water, but water, I mean, there's those little capsules you can. Anyway, I won't go there, but whatever. It says while at the hospital, Jane Doe had given the clothes she wore on 10/7/17 to the blank police department. The clothes were not washed prior to having been given to the blank police department. A SART exam was conducted at the hospital. I asked Jane Doe if she had a copy of the photo she took with Hegseth. Jane Doe advised me she had the copy and would forward it to me. I asked Jane Doe if she had the text messages between herself and blank. Jane Doe advised me she had the text messages and would send me screenshots of the messages. I'm assuming this is probably because her and her husband were conversing most of the night. It says, I advised Jane Doe of victims' rights per 293 PC. I don't know what that is. I guess it's their code there. And then Jane Doe elected to keep her name confidential and advised that it was okay for me to write her name in the signature box. I later send Jane Doe my business card, case report number, and a Marcy's card, US or via US mail. I don't know what a Marcy's card. Anyway, I received the messages and pictures via email. The picture showed Jane Doe wearing probably what are the clothes. It says Hegseth was Caucasian. He wore a dark colored suit. They misspelled that. Suit jacket, a light blue button-up shirt, a red and white tie, and had a pin affixed to the left side of his jacket. It says I attached the photo to this case report. The following text messages were between blank and Jane Doe. Oh, here we go. These are kind of interesting. Let me see if I can zoom this in. If it shows anything, let me see. Oh, shoot, I shouldn't have done that. Because now my thing is going to mess up. Let me see if it'll go back. Oh, okay. So it looks like on October 8th, 2017 at 3:40, there was a missed call. And then let's see. We're going to try to fit this a little bit bigger. I just want y'all to be able to see this because I've heard some of this stuff back and forth. Come on. Sorry, my computer's being a pain. Okay. So 3:40 a.m. to 58 a.m. mobile call or missed call. It says, here's a text. Let me make sure. Okay. So it says they don't know. They were asking what your plans are with work. I think I'm going to be able to leave here around 6, and then I'll have to change and be back by 6. Dinner plans, the banquet. So we should just go or do whatever. I think this is the husband asking about him and the kids eating. Yeah, I'm on my way to you. Blah, blah, blah. No, they left a few minutes ago. I guess maybe this is something about their children. Let's go on. Oh, here it goes. No, they left a few minutes ago. What cards? Never mind. No biggie. Blank, blank, blank. It's okay. And my wife, how are things there? My wife, how are things there? Okay, so 8:28 p.m. Crazy. Still, there's not even any decisions being made. And it doesn't have anything. It's just, oh, boo. Well, at least everyone loves you. It's exhausting. Do you know Pete Hegseth? This is where it starts getting a little interesting. Hopefully they show it all. This is name sounds familiar. Who is he? He's a Fox contributor. I guess does Outnumbered and Fox and Friends. Hold on, let's see if it shows that part. Okay. So it skips down to here and it says, anyway, our ladies are freaking drooling over him. Oh, okay. He is TDB life. I don't know what that means. Mini TDB. I don't know. Oh, you mean the man who tried to have sex with my wife? Not a good first impression for Pete, right? What? If my husband found that out, even mad. It says, oh, you mean the man who tried to have sex with my wife? Not a good impression for Pete, right? And then I think this is a picture of him at this podium speaking. Oh my goodness. So then I think the husband here says he doesn't look even remotely familiar, but apparently all the women know who he is. All the women watch Fox nonstop because it's the Republican Women's Conference. It says at my worst, I never came close to that. He wears a ring on his pointer finger. It creeps me out. Really? If it was on his pinky, I'd say he's probably more like a mafioso or something. Who knows? I don't know why that would creep you out, but it says uh, he talks pretty though. I'm going to be here all night. It's awful. In the Arena, book by Pete Hegseth. God, they're all the same. Yeah. Whatever. I guess he's talking about all the military or the Fox people. I have no idea what he means. Uh, haha. You make species I can't understand. Oh, you male species I can't understand. Of course you can. We want your vaginas. You just don't like it. Ew. Exactly. Okay, gotta run around for a while. Text you when I can. Love you. Love you. Think we can do s'mores or shall I continue winding them down? Anyway, weird. Oh, let's see. I guess they had a little bit more conversation here. Say, we're on our ways and means now. Ooh. And then, hi, baby, still at blank party. How's it going there? I sincerely hope you're sleeping. I'm still at little party. They're going strong. Okay, well, I love you so much. I'm headed to the bar with CFO, whatever, I guess these women, the ladies, I'm missing you. Hi, beautiful. I didn't fall asleep, but woke up. Or I did fall asleep, but I woke up. Haha. Something. I don't know. There's just back and forth little texts. So here's where it gets kind of interesting. I think this is what I heard the other day. It says, holy smokes, lady, I don't remember the last time you were socializing at nearly 2 a.m. Haha, I know. I gotta make sure that, I don't know, I don't know, uh, that folk doing okay, my love, worried about you. It says, boom, my dumb watch was plugged in all night and it's only at 7% battery. I hope there's nothing wrong with it. Oh, me too, something. So something got cut off on this text right here. It says, haha, I know. I gotta make sure that FO, I don't know, whatever that is. That faux. Let's see. Anyway, let's keep going. It says on 10/13/17, I spoke with Blank via telephone. Blank provided me with the following information. Blank stated that he was at the Hyatt Regency Hotel and Spa with Jane Doe, and blank, blank, and another Jane Doe were very close and wanted to be with his family. Jane Doe had business at the hotel. On 10/7/17, Jane Doe was busy with a conference. Blank was in the hotel room or in the hotel room. I guess the number Blank stated Jane Doe had gone to their hotel room at approximately 1700 hours, which is about 5 o'clock, while on a break. Blank stated Jane Doe did not seem intoxicated. Okay, so this is the husband here. It says Jane Doe had left the room and went back to work. Blank stated Jane Doe was in communication with him via text messages. Blank stated he fell asleep and woke up on 10/8/17 at approximately, I guess, midnight. I don't know, 0000 hours. They texted some more, and Jane Doe told him that she was at the bar and out with the women. With, I guess it meant women from the conference, because right here it says women. I think it meant women from the conference. It says approximately 0030 hours, so about 12:30, yes, in the morning. Jane Doe stopped texting Blank. Blank was worried about Jane Doe. Blank was reading the news and made him even more worried for Jane Doe's safety. What? Why would you be reading the news? Anyway, this is approximately 0200, 2 a.m. Blank stated he had left the room and went to look for Jane Doe at Knuckles Bar. Blank stated there was no one at the bar when he arrived on scene. Blank went back to his room. Approximately 0400, Jane Doe arrived at their hotel room, accessed the room on her own, and could use the key card reader to get in. Jane Doe told Blank that she must have fallen asleep. Jane Doe was apologetic. Blank noticed that Jane Doe did not have a hard time walking and was not slurring her words. But remember, earlier she reported that she started feeling fuzzy. I think it got a little blurry. She couldn't remember things or whatever. So let's see. On Wednesday, 10/11/17, Jane Doe told Blank that she was sexually assaulted. Jane Doe did not tell Blank many details. On 10/8/17, I spoke with Jane Doe via telephone. Jane Doe told me that she had additional information. Jane Doe stated she remembered asking Hegseth if he had a condom when the incident occurred. Oh boy. Jane Doe stated she had been suffering from nightmares and memory loss since the incident. On 10/8/17, I spoke to Blank. Blank wanted me to know that Jane Doe would cry secretly, had very little energy, and out of the blue she would cry. Jane Doe had also bought me clothes because she wanted to make sure that her body is completely covered. On 10/20/17, I contacted Jane Doe via telephone. I asked Jane Doe if she was willing to participate in a pretext phone call that involved Hegseth. And this is where it gets weird. It says Jane Doe stated she did not want to participate and stated it would be too hard for her to talk to Hegseth. Jane Doe began to cry while on the phone. So you don't want to confront him? I mean, why wouldn't you confront somebody? I don't know. That's kind of weird. I would be like probably more pissed off and angry, but whatever. That's just me. I can't say what's in this lady's mind. But it says on 10/20/17, I responded to Hyatt Regency and contacted Blank. I asked Blank if I could review the business's camera locations. Blank escorted me to a room located adjacent to the front lobby and gave me access to the camera system. I reviewed the surveillance or video surveillance video with Blank. It was determined that the video timestamp was slow by 15 minutes. I asked Blank if there were, I guess he meant any reports of a disturbance that occurred late 10/17 or 10/7/17 or in the early hours of 10/8/17. Blank references the hotel security log and located documentation of a disturbance between two individuals near a pool. Blank stated the night audit employee that was working the night of 10/7/17 was currently at work. I requested to speak with the employee who was later identified as Blank. While waiting for Blank and I found video surveillance footage that showed Jane Doe, Hegseth, and an unknown female walk into the hotel lobby and walk towards Knuckles Bar together. The camera timestamp was 10/7/17 at 23:58. So, what, 11:58, I guess? I don't know. I'm not, whatever. Like 11:58, I guess. And then the three were walking straight and on their own. Blank arrived on scene. I showed the video of Jane Doe and Hegseth walking into the lobby. Blank stated he remembered the two. Blank provided me with the following information. Blank was working the front counter at the hotel on 10/7/17. He was working the night shift. On 10/8/17 at approximately 01:30 hours, so 1:30 in the morning, two separate guests in building 4 had called the front desk to complain about a couple near the pool causing a disturbance and being loud. Blank contacted hotel security, but she was busy. Blank stated he left the lobby and headed to the pool. Upon arrival, Blank contacted Jane Doe and Hegseth near the pool. The pool is located near building 4 and 5. Blank stated Hegseth began to curse at Blank when he contacted Jane Doe and Hegseth. Hegseth told Blank that he had freedom of speech. Jane Doe intervened and told Blank that they were Republicans and apologized for Hegseth's actions. Why would you even bring up your political affiliation? I mean, what in the world? Anyway, I don't know. That's kind of weird. And then Blank stated Jane Doe placed her hand and arm on the back of Hegseth and escorted him towards building 4 and 5. Blank stated he watched Hegseth and Jane Doe disappear into the area of building 5. Blank ran back to the lobby. Blank stated Hegseth was very intoxicated. Blank stated Jane Doe was not intoxicated, was standing on her own, and was very coherent. And I mean, like I said, I don't know why anybody, if they're struggling at all with any type of alcohol or anything, I don't know why they would go to something like this and then get involved with drinking or hanging out with the people. That's just my thought. That's Mama's thought. Anyway, I'm not that much older than him. I'm 46. So, anyway, as I continue to search the video surveillance footage, I located additional footage of Jane Doe and Hegseth together. The video showed Jane Doe and Hegseth walking from the inner entry exit door of Knuckles Bar. The video showed Jane Doe and Hegseth walking together with arms locked together. What? Hegseth seemed to be talking, and Jane Doe was smiling. Both did not have an unsteady gait. Hegseth and Jane Doe are seen walking out of the lobby, still locked arms, and headed towards the pool. The timestamp was 10/8/17 at approximately 01:15 hours, so 1:15. There was no video footage inside Knuckles Bar or near the pool. So they requested a copy of the video footage located. Hold on. I requested a copy of the video footage located. Oh, Blank advised me that he would put the footage on a USB drive and provide it to me on a later date. On 10/20/17, I contacted Blank via telephone. Jane Doe had provided me with Blank contact information. Had advised Blank was at the bar with Jane Doe. Blank gave me the following information. Blank stated she knew Jane Doe from Jane Doe. That's it. Blank is a member of the Blank was at the Hyatt Regency Hotel on 10/7/17. Was an attendee of a conference the Federation was holding. The key speaker was Hegseth. Blank stated the conference had an after party. Blank remembered witnessing Jane Doe consume a glass of champagne and some vodka at the after party. Blank stated Jane Doe did not seem intoxicated, but had a buzz. Again, when you go to stuff like this, and you're a keynote speaker, don't associate with them, especially if it's a group of women like this. I mean, I'm just saying that. I don't know. I just don't think that's right, but whatever. It says Blank stated A group of people went to Knuckles' bar after the after party. Part of the group was Blank, Jane Doe, and Hegseth. Blank stated Jane Doe, Blank, and Hegseth were in their own group of conversation while at Knuckles' bar. Blank witnessed Jane Doe and Blank flirt with Hegseth. The flirting consisted of touching of the body or arm. Blank stated she was sitting at the bar and did not hear Jane Doe, Blank, and Hegseth's conversation. The three of them sat together and were exclusive in conversation. Blank did not know if Jane Doe and Hegseth left the bar together. Blank stated she saw Jane Doe have one alcoholic beverage at the bar. Blank stated Jane Doe did not seem intoxicated to a point where she would not be able to care for her own safety. And Jane Doe was coherent. On 10/21/17, I received copies of the video surveillance footage from Blank via email. I downloaded the photo or videos to a USB drive and later placed the USB drive in the MPD property room, so Monterey Police Department, as evidence. On 10/24/17, I had contact with Blank via telephone. I advised Blank while I was contacting her. Blank provided me with the following summary. Oh no, there's so many people on this thing. This is Blank stated she is affiliated with Blank. She attended a conference at the Hyatt Regency Spa and Hotel on 10/7/17. Blank was tasked with Blank at the conference and had contact with Jane Doe and Hegseth. After the conference, there was an after party at the president's suite occupied by Blank. It was a birthday party for Blank. There were several suites associated to the after party. At the after party, Blank had taken a picture of Hegseth and Jane Doe together. The photo was later sent to Jane Doe via email. Blank was referring to the picture attached to this case report. There were alcoholic beverages at the after party. Again, Mama would say, don't go to the after party where there's drinks served. I just don't think that's wise. I don't, you can do something 100 times and then 1 out of 100 something happened. Just saying, especially a women's conference, and they're already drooling over this man, even though they might be retirement age. You never know what somebody's mental state is as far as what she's willing to do and sacrifice. Anyway, or screw up. Anyway, it says Blank stated a group of individuals left the after party and headed to Knuckles Sports Bar. Blank stated she wore Blank and walked into the hotel room with Hegseth and Jane Doe prior to entering Knuckles Bar. Oh, excuse me, hotel lobby. Sorry, this part I said wrong. Let me read that. Blank stated she wore Blank and walked into the hotel lobby with Hegseth and Jane Doe prior to entering Knuckles Bar. Blank was the female seen on the video with Jane Doe and Hegseth. While at the bar, Hegseth sat next to Blank. They had drinks at the bar and conversed. During the conversation, Blank stated Hegseth placed his hand on somebody's knee. Oh my goodness. Blank made it clear that his hand on her knee was not acceptable. Despite the touching, Blank stated she was not uncomfortable. Blank stated Hegseth had invited her back to his hotel room. Blank stated she politely declined the invitation. Oh my goodness, we're almost done with this, but man. It says Blank stated she gained the attention of Jane Doe and had Jane Doe become a crotch blocker. It says a crotch blocker is a street term used to describe someone's actions used to prevent someone from having sex. By having Jane Doe join Blank in Hegseth's conversation, Blank was hoping that Jane Doe's presence would deter Hegseth's attempt to have sex with Blank. Oh my gosh. The bar began to close and Blank left the bar. I mean, this is like crazy. It says Blank stated a group of people left the bar together. Blank did not know if Jane Doe and Hegseth were amongst the group of people. Blank stated she did not pay attention to Hegseth and Jane Doe when she left the bar. Blank stated Jane Doe did not look or act intoxicated when she last had contact with Jane Doe. Blank walked back to her room and talked to her roommate. Blank told her roommate, later identified as Blank, how Hegseth touched her knee and asked her to go back to his room. Ew. Later that morning of 10/8/17, Blank attended the conference and saw Jane Doe. Jane Doe did not seem any different and was her normal self. Jane Doe did not act like someone who was hungover. Blank provided me with the phone number to whatever. And then on 10/26/17, I contacted Blank via telephone. Blank stated she was at the Hyatt Regency Spa and Hotel on 10/7/17 and 10/8/17. She shared a room with Blank. On the early morning of 10/8/17, Blank arrived at their hotel room and told her that a group of people from the conference went to the bar. At the bar, Blank and Hegseth engaged in conversation. Blank told Blank that Hegseth asked Blank something to the effect of wanting Blank to go back to his room. Blank denied. There was also mention of Hegseth placing his hand on Blank's knee. On 10/26/17, I had contact with Hegseth via telephone. Hegseth provided me with the following. Hegseth was a keynote speaker at the Blank on 10/7/17. The conference fundraiser was held at the Hyatt Regency Spa and Hotel. Hegseth was also a guest at the hotel. After the conference's fundraiser, there was an after party in the hotel suites. There was also a birthday celebration. Alcohol was provided at the after party. Hegseth stated he did not drink hard alcohol but consumed beer at the after party. The individual that attended the after party were people he had never met before. Later in the evening, Hegseth stated a group of individuals went to the hotel bar. Hegseth stated he talked with several different people at the bar. Hegseth stated no one at the bar was blacked out drunk. Hegseth stated he remembered being led from the bar by someone. Hegseth stated he was buzzed but not intoxicated. Hegseth did not know he was leading him from the bar. Hegseth described the person's clothing. The person wore blank. Hegseth described Jane Doe's dress. Hegseth did not remember being chastised for being too loud and did not remember an argument by the pool. Hegseth did not remember being belligerent with anyone. That's why it's weird that he said something about we're Republicans or she said that. What does your political affiliation have to do with anything? It says Hegseth advised he went back to his hotel room with Jane Doe. Uh-oh. Hegseth thought it was odd that Jane Doe stayed in his room. She sat down in the room and did not leave. Hegseth stated Jane Doe and himself did not do much talking at the bar. Hegseth stated he did more talking to a blank woman at the bar. Hegseth stated Jane Doe might have felt she was in charge and had led Hegseth to his room. Hegseth stated that there was nothing in his mind that thought he was going to take Jane Doe home and stated, it's not even a thought. He might have thought that was someone else, but not Jane Doe. Maybe she's mad about this. I shouldn't, it's not fair. It's really not fair if it's really happened. But this is like reading like a kind of a weird trash novel. But anyway, it says Hegseth stated he was confused by Jane Doe staying in his room. While in Hegseth's hotel room, he stated things progressed between himself and Jane Doe. The interaction between Hegseth and Jane Doe was consensual. Hegseth stated there was a couple of times he had made sure Jane Doe was comfortable with what was going on between the two of them. Hegseth stated there was always conversation, always consensual contact between the two of them. Hegseth stated the engagement between himself and Jane Doe was mutual. They both would stop and say, "We shouldn't do this," but things consensually continued. Oh my gosh. Hegseth advised Jane Doe. Hold on. Hegseth advised that Jane Doe had asked Hegseth if he had a condom. Hegseth told her that he did not. Hegseth told her that they could stop if it was a problem. Hegseth stated Jane Doe said, "No, no, no, it's not a problem." Hegseth stated he did not want to get anyone pregnant. Wow. Hegseth stated he had sex with Jane Doe. Their sexual positions were missionary style and she was on top of him. What? Hegseth stated he wore dog tags. Hegseth stated he pulled out of Jane Doe and ejaculated on her body. Hegseth gave her something to clean up with. Jane Doe later got dressed. Oof. After the sexual act, Hegseth stated it was very early in the morning and there was a very clear conversation with Jane Doe. Jane Doe stated she would tell her husband she had fallen asleep on a couch in someone else's room. Hmm. Hmm. Hegseth continually asked Jane Doe if she was okay because he did not want Jane Doe to get in trouble. Oof. I feel kind of icky. This was like he's describing it as consensual. Ew. Okay. I've been married for a long time, so this is kind of icky. It says Hegseth told Jane Doe that she did not have to worry about him saying anything. Hegseth stated Jane Doe showed early signs of regret. Hegseth did not elaborate on the signs of regret. Okay, and then I provided Hegseth with my contact information, case number, report number. The contact with Hegseth was recorded, and the recording was attached to this case report. On 10/27/17, I received a call from Hegseth. Hegseth wanted to add to his statement. Hegseth stated after he had sex with Jane Doe, he told Jane Doe that she could take a shower, but Jane Doe declined the offer. Evidence 01, I guess, is USB drive. Disposition, I recommend this case report be forwarded to Monterey County District Attorney's Office for review in their report. Oh man, that was a lot, but it's just so strange. I don't, like I said from on the first video, why would you go to like this kind of like after party with people you don't know, and if the women are already kind of fawning over you? I mean, and like I said, he's handsome man. I don't, I'm not disputing that at all. But why would you do that? You're just putting yourself kind of in a bad situation. I mean, I just don't think it's wise to spend time with people like that. And whatever. I mean, everybody's got to do their own thing, but that's kind of scary because then stuff like this comes out 7 years later. That's my biggest thing is 7 years. Let's see. Let's look this up because I thought I should have looked it up earlier. Google. I know not everybody likes Google, but I'm using it just because it's quick, fast. What is the statute of limitations, sexual assault, and this is in California, so we'll see what it says, just so we know. Okay, it says, okay. California statute of limitations for sexual assault depends on the victim's age and the type of case. Adult victims, okay, the statute of limitations is 10 years from the date of the assault or 3 years from the date the victim discovered or reasonably should have discovered an injury or illness. How is it 10 or 3? That's for adult victims. Hmm. Okay, so rape. If she's saying it's rape, it says there's no statute of limitations for rape because the prosecution began at any time. Okay. Well, I just wanted to see what it says. I'm not going to go through all their California codes and all that junk, but I did want to check and see because it was like, that's kind of weird that she's waiting this long to do it. Anyway, um, yeah, I just thought that was kind of a weird deal. I'll try to put, I don't know if I can. I'll see if I can, because I don't know. I'll see if I can put this in the description of the video. I'll see if I can do that. And that way y'all can read it yourself if you so inclined. And I should have put this up here first. Warning, graphic. Obviously, it's pretty graphic. Anyway, y'all have a good afternoon. I'm gonna go relax because I gotta get up early. My other job is got me working crazy hours. But I hope y'all have a good day and you found this creepy, entertaining. I don't know, because it could read like a trashy novel or something. But anyway, y'all have a good day. I'll talk to y'all next time. I think I may go do that DOD thing, the Department of Defense. I want to read that together. Anyway, and there's a few other things. Kamala's video. Oh boy, she sounds like the drunk girl in the bathroom that you make accidental eye contact with. But anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.